What is up, Need for Speed Racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. I'm here today with the Mustang 2015 GT. It's got RTR body kits that you can put on it and some rims that are tucked away that you might not know right off the bat, which you can put on a lot of the Ford products. So I'm going to show you those today. I've got a build for A and I've got a build for A+. This was viewer requested, Cornnut delivered. Neil got the builds for me. He definitely put a lot of time into the testing to see what motor had best results. And then at the end of the day, this car really kicks it up with a screw supercharger, gives it the most bonus, and it's pretty solid. A is pretty good, A+ is a little better. I've got gameplay footage. I run Colossus in this new gameplay format that I bring you, so it's just me talking you through the race as we go. Not a clean run, nothing super fast, but it is some insight into kind of what's going through my head as we do that. Please forgive me. It is currently allergy season and my head is full of pollen right now, so little puffy eyes, you know how it goes. Bear with me on that, you guys. Copium series live right now ends this Saturday the 6th at 8 p.m. CST, which is Central Standard Time. That's my time zone. I've already got over 60 entries. We've got 12 splits. Guys, we got guys ranging from the really fast guys down to brand new players that are just trying it out, just dipping their toes in the water of a competitive format. And it is amazing. And the way the splits are lining up, we've got people within tenths of each other. And it's really very special. I mean, I've got a whole split that is everybody within 1 second. Like, it's great. You can enter, run the Beetle on Rat Race in B class. You can build the Beetle any way you want. I'll link the Copium series video at the end of this one, so you can just click on it or tap it with your finger if you're on mobile. Check it out. Submit your time to me via Discord, or you can do it via email. Whatever's easiest for you. I'm accepting it from everywhere. All the times are hidden until the end, and I'm only going to reveal the winners of each split, so that way you know how far off you are from the guy in front of you, but you maybe don't know how far off the guy right behind you or whatever it is. So it's kind of a mystery, but it keeps it really fun. Let's dig into the build and get going. For the engine in the A class, you are running the 4.9 liter V8. It is the first motor. It is iron basic. 290 brake horsepower when we start. It is that first motor. For the parts, the first three is iron basic. So it's iron basic induction, iron basic ECU, iron basic fuel system. You're going to throw in a sport bronze exhaust and an elite platinum screw supercharger. Sport bronze nitrous, elite platinum road suspension, pro silver brakes, elite platinum grip tires, and then you do get a pro silver clutch stock in this vehicle, and then you want to put in the sport bronze 5-speed transmission. Elite platinum differential, you gotta have it because we're going to run that slider as far to the left as we possibly can. Nitrous drift, nitrous grip are my auxiliaries. For the handling, slide that slider all the way to the left. It is going to be 60% grip on this one. Steering sensitivity, I run 2 clicks high. On the Beetle for the Copium series, I ended up turning it up all the way just to make it turn in a little sharper. Downforce, run it all the way high. That is a 209. That is the only place that will keep you in A class, so make sure you run that downforce all the way up. Traction control off, drift entry, I run brake tap. Guys, that is going to give you the A209 Ford Mustang GT. 155 top speed. It'll do real close to 160 with Redline Tech. 431 on the horsepower, and the torque is 421. It is a very balanced car. It is not nearly as rowdy as you would think it would be with 60% grip. I really found it to be pretty controllable. For the most part, you'll see me just shredding on Colossus. It does really well. I've also got another one that I'll show you that doesn't have my face in it because I was actually on the phone while I was recording, but I'll show you that as well with a voiceover. It's pretty solid, you guys. This Mustang really surprised me. All the gameplay footage is for A+, because I think that's where it shines best, but when I've got 2 builds for you, I want to bring you both, so that way if you wanted an A class, you can have it. Let me show you what I got for A+. Alright, the A+ version of this car is I think where it shines the most. We've got the Villain Razor for Most Wanted's livery on this. This Mustang's a lot newer than that game, so obviously it's inspired by, but it looks pretty good. I want to show you guys the caveat or the little trick with these wheels, because a lot of you guys might not know that they exist. So if you go in and edit your body parts and you go to rims, there's two sets of these RTR rims. They are number 23 and number 24. It's the RTR Tech 5s and the Tech 7s. Those are only available on Ford products, and I think it's just the Mustangs. So just keep that in mind, you guys. If you're looking for a little bit different rim that maybe isn't on the other cars, those two are tucked in there. Usually the exclusive rims are kind of at the top next to the other ones, like at the Lamborghini. The Masonry ones and stuff are up there. But for those RTRs, they are down a little bit. Just be aware of that. A little subtle kind of info I can throw you guys. The RTR kit looks really good on there. Those lights are actually green in the game, so if you do a green livery on this car, it looks pretty sweet. Let's dig into the build. The engine that you're running in the A+ version is that same motor as before. It is the 4.9 liter V8, 290 brake horsepower when we start. It is the first motor, Iron Basic. For the parts, you are running Silver Pro induction, Silver Pro ECU, Iron Basic fuel system, Sport Bronze exhaust, and Elite Platinum screw supercharger. Sport Bronze nitrous, Elite Platinum road suspension, Silver Pro brakes, and Elite Platinum grip tires.
How did that next part go?
Silver Pro clutch, that's stock, and you're still running that Sport Bronze 5-speed transmission. You need to run that Elite Platinum differential, so that way we can slide that slider as far to the left as possible. And then auxiliary is nitrous drift and nitrous grip. That way you can micro drift. For the handling, you're going to do a 55% grip with this build. There was no way for us to put the screw in it and keep it at 60. I drive this car in this configuration. It feels the exact same as the A for as far as handling goes. It will step out on you a little bit. I mean, it is a little rowdy, but it is very controllable. It's not nearly as bad as some of the other drift cars you guys have had me build. This is truly pretty good for saying 55 grip. It really feels like closer to 80 or 90 in some of the other cars we've built. So take it all the way to 60, back it off 55%. That's your sweet spot. Steering sensitivity, I run 2 clicks high. You do whatever's good. If you feel the car doesn't turn like you'd like it to, maybe bump that up a little bit. See what you think. Downforce, run it all the way high. I can run it in a couple other spots, but it's the last 3 clicks, so it's there, there, or there. That is a 269. Everywhere else is 270 or above. I think the downforce is helpful, and you're really not hurting yourself by having it there. Traction control is off. Drift entry is brake tap. Overall, car's really solid. It says it does 168. You'll see that on Colossus I hit about 173 with Redline Tech, so it's worth an extra 3 miles an hour. I do kind of talk you guys through that technique in that gameplay footage at the end here, so stay tuned for that. 638 for the horsepower, 595 for your torque. It's pretty solid. It really is not a bad car at A+. It's good at A, but it's better at A+. I think you guys will enjoy it. I had an S-Class build for it, but it was really pretty lackluster. It wasn't something I would keep in the garage at S, but this one is worth keeping around. It's pretty sweet. Guys, Copium Series. Go grab a Beetle. Go run Rat Race. Give me a screenshot in B-Class of your best time. All I need to do is see your name, see the track, see the car, see the time. And I've had some potato quality photos sent to me, but we still make it work. I'm trying to get everybody involved in that, and we've got tremendous participation. And I know that next week will be even better because we're going to run a little higher tier class, a little more fun car. And it's just, we are ramping this into something that is really probably going to be a staple for the foreseeable future, because participation is everything, and you guys are legends for participating in the amount that you are. There's no other Need for Speed league that I know of that is getting this much participation, and so that's why we truly are doing something different here, and it's all thanks to you guys. I can't do it alone. Got to participate with you. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Alrighty, Lakeshore Remix. This is one that I was on the phone, but I try to record as much of the gameplay as I can with these cars, just to, if something crazy happens or something sweet, I can tuck that in and bring that to you. Overall, the car's pretty good. I like it a lot more than I thought it would. We launch in third. It gets a good hard launch. And third gear is perfect because the nitrous runs out right as you shift into fourth, and so you get that max boost all the way through third gear, which is perfect. We're drafting Donald right now, getting the most we can off of that M1. Now this corner is real sharp. You don't want to go wide. There's a tree right here, so you want to stay to the inside. I use my boost to get around the corner nice and clean. Avoid traffic. Slow down to avoid Donald. It's better to slow down and not get tangled up than to go too wide into a corner. There's a little clip. You can kind of see the green lights on the front of the car. It's pretty tight, so if you do a green livery on this, it's going to look dope. But you have to have the RTR front bumper on it, guys. So we use our 3-bar, get up to speed, cut through the grass, cut through the billboard, hit that gas station, top up our NOS. Now we are in 5th gear, which is our highest gear, and we're doing what we can to build up speed and build up momentum. We've got our 2-bar, use the new near miss to extend it, and then instead of fighting for 3, I'm just going to use that and get up to speed. Micro drift to the left right here. Perfect. Go around that car. Always looking for traffic, you guys. Getting back up to speed. Sitting in the 160s is really the sweet spot for this car. You know, you're right at the top end of the RPM as you're making a lot of power, and it definitely holds it around the corner. So we're going to save this here, wait till we're about halfway through the corner, cap it around to get good grip, gives us a nice micro drift, and then use that boost around that corner to make a good line. Now, unlike the S-Class version of this same exact corner, you've got to go wide here because there's a checkpoint right here that you've got to hit. In S, like with the Merc and some of the other cars, you can turn super sharp, cut the parking lot. Now we are top speed. We're going to do a little red line tech here, not quite as much because the straight's not as long. And when I'm doing red line tech, I have a tendency to look over at the speedometer to see how I'm doing, and that distracts me and I'll hit traffic. Use our 3-bar, cap it right here to get a good sharp turn and stay up to speed. Use our 2-bar to the left right here. And then I cut to the inside and bounce off that wall a little bit there. That hurts our boost, stops me from being able to get what I need. Now Donald's catching us. That M1 carries a ton of speed through this section, but because we already got such a lead on him that he's not really as able to catch up. So just using the rest of our resources, coming across the finish line. And that's going to be the Mustang, you guys. It's pretty solid. I really think that if you guys don't have this one in the garage yet, you are going to like it. It's pretty sweet. Alright, let's go. Running Colossus. I got I'm Not Donald with me. Lex is also in the server with us. And then some random guy in a rental. We'll see if he finishes the race. Overall, I like this Mustang. It feels pretty good. Even though it's only 55% drift, it grips up pretty good. It's really predictable. It's not nearly as rowdy as I thought it would be. We launch in third like we do. That NSX got a badass launch. Our buddy Lex is next to us in the Polestar. That'll give you an idea where that thing stands. We're sitting in the draft, going to get our 2-bar and hit it as soon as we get it to get up to speed. And then we'll micro drift the first corner here. I'm going to slow down so I don't get inside of Donald there. Better to go a little slower and stay out of trouble than to just go in super hot and be fighting for a position and then get tapped into the rocks. Micro drifting up the hill here. There it is, 4-bar. Our man there, Lex, is taking some degen lines. Little technique I had right there was I was on the gas, like I was holding the nitrous button before it awarded me the yellow boost, and because it gives you boost and nitrous at the same time. And so by being already on the button, I was able to use the nitrous before I used my boost, so that way it was just a little cleaner. Because sometimes you want to use your NOS, but you're trying to save that boost for the next corner or something, and so you kind of just can't use either of your resources. But if you're already holding the button before it awards it, you're able to use the NOS first. A little bit of an advanced technique. Coming through here, you guys, just trying to keep my nose clean. I'm going to micro drift this, shift down to fourth, boost out. Use all of our nitrous to get up to speed. Micro drift this one, downshift. Wait till it awards. We're just enough away to get that 3-bar, so I will clip it to the right there. And then turn it into a 3-bar. Because when you're that close, it's just a matter of tapping the brake and then just turning it into a 3. I do apologize if I seem a little stuffed up. It is allergy season for me. And I don't know, we're in full bore. I got pollen kicking my butt. We're gonna micro drift here to the left. Downshift to 4th. Accelerate out mid-turn. That should also award me another 3-bar. I should have saved it for this corner, but it is what it is. It'll give us a bar right there. What we're doing is we're chaining our grip turns, chaining our micro drifts. It's a little bit of a sketchy line, but you kind of just roll the dice and hope you don't hit traffic. Now here, you guys, you cut through the field, especially if you're carrying a lot of momentum around that corner that we just passed. Micro drift here. Get our 3-bar. We're going to use it. Ooh, we're close. We're close. We're going to just do a little baby drift and then use it around this corner. And that'll award us a grip turn. Turn that into a full 2-bar. I'm going to milk it until we get into this sharp left-hander down here. Right there. Downshift to 4th. Ooh, in line with the BMW. There wasn't a lot I could do about that. If I would have just flung it really far to the left, I probably would have hit the bridge anyway, so kind of just is what it is. That's a really unfortunate spot to lose our momentum because now we're coming onto the longest straight of the race. So, kind of bad timing there. But our man, Donald, got clipped. So, you'll see that we're bounced off the rev limiter. This is some redline tech. Let me show you guys. We're full speed. 167, 168. It's bouncing. Redline tech is where you get the needle as close to redline without it bouncing as possible. So you'll see where I'm just holding it real gentle. I'm a little bit out of the throttle. And you'll see me work that up. We're going to get that up to like 172, 173 right here. So that's how you can squeak a little more speed out of your cars. Because when it bounces off that rev limiter, whatever it goes down to, that becomes kind of the new top speed of wherever the car is geared at. So that you can end up saving yourself a lot of time by just grabbing that extra couple of miles an hour through those sections. Car got a little wild there. That's where the 55% grip is really kind of hurting us in this thing. Trying to drive it like a drift build. And also getting up on the curbs. Those are not polite. Any of you guys that are running Copium series right now know that those curbs are deadly. Now for this corner, you want to cut this pretty far inside here. And then just be aware of traffic. So we've got a BMW parked there on the jump. I don't know why. It's a really spicy place to park. After this jump, it's one checkpoint, then the left. So we want to go up through here. There's the one checkpoint. There's the left. Set up a little wide. So that way we can shoot kind of a straight line through that section. So I was setting up a clean line. I could see my exit, but those little pillars got in the way. So that was really not the way to go. And that is just track knowledge. I wasn't aware that I was going to die there. Otherwise, I would have set it up a little different. We've got 2 corners left, and then we're there. This is one of them. We do a double apex there is what that's called. It's where you turn 2 shallow corners into one big one. So you just keep a nice smooth line around both of them. This is the last corner here, to the left and then to the right. Couple of little micro drifts. Wait till it awards. There we go. Hit the boost. Get up to top speed. Let's see if we can get it up to 175 or 174. Excuse me. We got 173 out of it, so not bad. Lex was right behind us in the Polster. It's got a little bit higher top speed, so he was coming for us. Real close. 559 is so far off of pace. It's not even funny, you guys. Like 510 is kind of where you want to be. So yeah, we're way off with this car, but that was with crashes and not a clean run. But overall, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.